right. Let's grab a sign. We just signed in at the SAG tent. Got a button now. Got our sign. We're in front of Sony Studios.
No problem, guys. Have a good one.
WGA has been on strike 92 days. SAG's been on strike maybe 16 or 17. So here we are outside of Sony Studios. The strike's been going from 9 to about 2. It's a little after noon, so the strike will go for another hour and a half, 2 hours. There's Sony right there. There's people walking the picket line. A little windy out the side. Yeah. See what's happening. We're walking in front of this main gate. Hi, I'm live streaming for my YouTube channel. Can I interview you?
What are you going to ask?
It's about the strike. Just about the strike.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Yeah.
All right. No worries. No worries.
Every little bit helps with that, you know? Yeah.
I mean, Betty came bad days. That's it. Yeah, I mean,
So, like, genre element, always like dark comedy, gritty action stuff.
So, guys, if you've tuned into these live streams before, we've talked to other members of SAG, other members of WGA. We've talked to people from the teachers union, from the nurses union. We've talked to a woman that was a stunt performer. We've talked to an agent. We've talked to a lot of different people, and everybody's pretty much saying the same thing, which is it's not fair what's happening.
Yeah, we're eloping and October. Shooting up to Santa Monica.
So right in Culver City, we're on Overland Boulevard. Culver City is the second oldest town in LA that's done production. When Hollywood first opened up, and then Culver City opened up. So a lot of these studios in Culver have been here a long time. I mean, this is called Sony, but it used to be something else. It's hot out. For sure. And this is affecting, so the entertainment industry is a large part of Southern California's economy. So it's affecting a lot of people.
One of my favorite shows. Great. Oh, that's
Thank you. Look at that. There's somebody leaving the lot in a Porsche. I drove here in a Chevy, EV, electric Chevy. That's a Porsche. Oh, she did that, but she won't talk to me. All right. So I just have to wait. They let. There's a. So you see all the cars coming on and off. You see how many people are involved in making any sort of film or TV show. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Good. I'm live streaming right now to my YouTube audience,
Hey, what's up, everyone?
and most of them don't work in the entertainment industry,
Yeah.
and some of them think, well, not most of my audience gets it, but a lot of people out there are like, oh, you guys are all rich. Why are you striking?
Yeah, because we're not. 99% of us are not rich. Oops, sorry, just hit someone with my thing. Yeah, we're not. And also, the pay difference between now and making films and new media before is totally different.
Yeah.
It's so much less, and we've accepted that, and now it's time to change things because they're making money and they can't lie to us anymore. So there we go.
How is this like broken contract system personally affected you?
Oh, I mean, so I'm SAG eligible, so I'm trying to get into the union,
Uh-huh.
and it's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard to just make a living and also try and book jobs because
Right.
there is no job security at all, especially at my level, and it's not until you really are in the union and have an established career that you're really making enough money to support yourself.
Right.
So, and even then, you never know when a job's coming.
Right.
So yeah, it's we all have survival jobs.
Yes.
When you're still trying to get into the union, and when you're in the union and you're still starting out, still trying to make a name for yourself.
And that's a great point. And even like I've been in SAG-AFTRA. I was in them both when they were separate unions, and I was in AFTRA. And so there's a TV show I did. One of the reasons this is the second time walking the picket line at Sony, is even if you do get that show, there's a game show that I hosted on the Game Show Network, which is owned by Sony.
Yeah.
And they started rerunning it 2 years ago, and I have gotten $0
Mhm.
in residuals,
Mhm.
and I'm in 90% of the shots.
And if you guys, residuals has always been a thing. It's not like we're asking for something new. It's always been a thing. It's always how actors have supported themselves. And it's like if your show becomes popular, once it's sold somewhere else and they start running it, you'll never see any of that money. You'll never see any of that reward because it all just goes to the studios, the biggest people, not
Right.
even the writers, not the actors, not the crew,
Yeah.
not anybody that was actually there and made it.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. That's what this is all people really don't understand. There's money being made. We just ain't getting it.
We're just not getting it.
We're not getting it at
That's why
all.
we're here.
We're not getting it at all. At all. I mean, aside from that I have a 4 and 5 cent residual checks that I've gotten in the last month. Those have been
There
pretty
you go.
baller.
Yeah, you know.
Those are sweet. So, right on. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Can people follow you online?
Yeah, sure. At Sarah Beth Owens.
At Sarah Beth Owens. So
Nice to hang out with all you guys.
thank you. Thank you for talking to us. See? It affects everybody. We've talked to people walking these picket lines, guys, at every level, right? We've talked to established people. We talked to Michael McKean. Look at that interview. Who's in Spinal Tap. He was just in several seasons of Better Call Saul. We've talked to my friend Mike Gibbons, who's a writer on The Late Late Show and has, an established TV writer who's not getting paid. Now we met Sarah Beth Owens, who's a young actor trying to break in and can't even get in. And even we remember there's 2 guys we talked to when we first marched at Amazon like a week or so ago, who were telling us one guy had to turn down an acting job because it doesn't pay as much as his regular job anymore. So that's not that's not how it should be. And that's the point of why I'm out here striking. My union's on strike, and this is a pro labor show. And if you call yourself pro labor and you're not out in solidarity with any of these unions going on strike, I don't know. Then you're a fake pro labor. Then you're the BMW left. But if and this is like as again, we've interviewed people from all different other unions who've told us how this has affected them. How the same issues with the hotel workers union, with the teachers union, with the nurses union, they're all getting affected by the same stuff every time. It's the same issue. So I know you guys can super chat. I don't know if I've seen any of them. Let me see if there's any. You can super chat. Yeah, writers are arguably the most important part of the content. Yeah, they are. Yeah, without it, and now they're just going to let AI. You think AI could write? Name one of your favorite shows. Better Call Saul. The show I just watched, The Offer, about how the making of The Godfather, which is a fantastic series. Thank you. So imagine The Offer being written by a Chat GPT. Not possible. Not possible. Not possible at all. They tell you what, doing this, I get good exercise, and I get a workout. My arms get the workout. Yeah. That's awesome. Hey, my friend, how you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm live streaming to my YouTube audience.
Okay.
How is this strike affecting you?
Well,
just emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
because I've been sick and I haven't been really looking for work, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to stand in solidarity with my fellow union members
Mm.
as an unknown citizen.
Yeah.
And emotionally, I'm thinking about all the families that's being affected,
Yeah.
that's gonna suffer, emotionally,
Yeah.
kids and they're not
Yeah.
able to get
Yeah.
the things that they really want to enjoy their upbringing
Yeah.
because the parents are not working.
Right.
So that's really affecting me when I think about this whole situation
Yeah.
and what's going on and how they're moving, dragging their feet to
Right.
find their bottom line to
Right.
give us what we really want, right?
Yeah.
The percentage we want. So that's affected me in that kind of way.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't been working. Like I said, I've been sick for the last 5 years, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really looking for work. But you know, so it hasn't affected me because I've been sustaining myself through other means
Right.
of revenue.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not looking for the money to work from the work. That we as unknown citizens,
Okay.
have to deal with.
Right. Yeah, because this shutdown strike, it's everybody. It's not just everyone thinks it's just the big celebrities, but it's everybody working in
Right.
production.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's the unknown citizens that we don't know about that's
Yeah.
being really affected because the celebrities they have big contracts, they're
Yeah.
making millions of dollars. They can sustain themselves. Just like
Sure.
the guy that's making $73,000 a day
Yeah.
as an executive.
Yeah.
He's not being affected.
No. No.
You know what I
No.
mean? His reality is different from ours.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
the guy that's working in production, that's working, you know, or the actor that's working just to sustain the stuff that's really getting one or two jobs a month,
Yeah.
you know, and got to keep the lights on,
Yeah.
put food on the table.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's right on, my friend.
yeah. Man,
I,
thank you, all right?
hey, I thank you.
All right.
You, what's your name?
Carl.
Carl.
Yeah.
Thank you for marching with us, man, and thank you for everything you said.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And you have a good day, my friend.
You too, man.
All right.
All right. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir. See, what Carl's talking about is affecting everybody, man. Look at that. Look at that big fancy sign for Sony. Look at that. Sony Pictures. Some beautiful soul put this fan above a bucket of water, and it's keeping everybody cool. I'm getting sprayed by this mist. It's amazing. So, a little windy out today. Let me just check. Just check. All right. Guys, super chats have been turned back on for about a week now, so it's a great way to support the show. Thank you. See, we've seen it. If you guys have been watching these streams, if you just joined us for the first time, the live streams are all from all the picket lines are all available. Plus, I take like that interview we just did with Carl or with that Sarah. We'll clip that out and drop that as a separate clip, so you can go back and watch all the interviews with all the people we've spoken with. We interviewed an agent who's like, "Yeah, this ain't right for my clients," my friend Dennis Gubbins, an actor who's been in SAG since the 90s. And Dennis has been in a bunch of commercials and TV shows and all kinds of stuff. So you're really seeing all the people that are affected by this. So it's a lot. Oh, that mist feels good. It's hot. It hasn't been as hot as it's been, but I definitely have gotten a farmer tan. Oh, the setup. Oh, the wind is blowing my sign out of my hand. Woo. So when we were here 2 weeks ago, we walked the entire block. So you know, the strikes usually start at 9. They go till they go till 2 Monday through Thursday, and 1 o'clock on Fridays. Except one of the locations in the valley. I think the Warner Brothers in Burbank, because it's so hot. they they cut that one at noon just because it's been so hot and they don't want anybody. But it's about staying hydrated. And again, I said this every time I've done this, and I just want to remind you: you can come, you can walk the picket line. You don't have to be a member of either of these unions. You can just walk in solidarity, which we very much appreciate. Only channel covering the strike all. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I've been trying to come out here like twice a week, and I usually stream for usually an hour, maybe 45 minutes or so. Just try to interview a handful of people that I can, show you guys what's going on, and then I thoroughly encourage you to watch the other interviews. So this is our second time at Sony. We've been at Amazon twice. We've been at Amazon twice. We've been at Fox. I just didn't have the time today, but I will go to all the locations, even the hot ones. I know it's not. I can't only come walk on the ones that are west side that are a little more breezy. I got to stand in solidarity with all my union brothers and sisters that are marching in the heat in the valley. I'll even go to the valley. I'll go to the valley in August, baby. I will do it. It's like the warm side of the sun. I'm kidding. I used to live in the valley. And some of you are like, dude, I live in Phoenix or I live in Palm Springs, Graham. I don't want to hear your complaints. So we saw that sign. The WGA has been on strike 92 days. Yeah! 92 days they've been on strike. That's, 92 days. Their strike started in May. And the SAG strike started about 2.5 weeks ago. I forget, 15, 16, something like that. Guys in their luxury cars. And again, I've said this too. There's picket lines and yeah, right on. Thank you. There's stuff happening in not just LA, New York. There's cities all over the place. If you're not in the union but you want to participate, go to sagaftrastrike.org, and it'll list all of the places where actions are taking, all the locations, and there's literally Atlanta, Houston, Chicago, Honolulu, all over the place. So you can help. You can even just grab a picket line. You can walk up and just, here, donate a case of water to anybody striking because we're out in the sun. A lot of ways to just show your support. And then if you want, you could cancel your subscriptions to any of these streaming services, and I would email the companies and say, I'm canceling the subscription until you give the writers and actors a fair contract and a fair wage. So what do I always say on the show? I say, vote with your dollar. So that's how you do it. Oh, we're going to get a little shade. There's a WGA table. We're doing all right. Oh, that's cool. Okay, Melissa, that's a good idea. Yeah. That's a good idea, Melissa. I'll try to do that for the next one.
So it makes sense.
The sign in my backpack or something.
Controlling my partner. Controlling my partner.
I don't know that. The only thing about putting them. Game off. So,
Anytime I can do Wayne's World reference, I do it.
I'm live streaming this to my audience. Why are you guys out here today? Why is this important?
For future this guy who's going to be joining the union, big time.
Right
And
on.
I'm fighting for my future as well as everyone else who deserves to just survive
Yeah.
as a person.
Amen.
Survive.
Come on,
That's
now.
what we're out here for. Survival.
Absolutely. Period.
I know. I got 4-cent, 5-cent residual checks. Those are the last 2 residual checks I've gotten for shows I've done at Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's time for a change in that.
little,
That's
very
wrong.
much, very
Come on,
much.
it's not that hard.
I know.
It's not that hard.
It's
What a
not-
concept.
I know.
Supporting people.
Oh man,
Humanity.
that's crazy.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
crazy talk. You're saying
Crazy
crazy.
talk.
That's
I would,
nuts.
back in the day, they would drown you for that stuff and like witchcraft, like burn you at the
Yeah.
stake.
Now they just starve you out.
Now they just starve you, and they want you to lose your home
Yeah.
or your apartment.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's cool. How many times have you guys been out here?
I have been away, so this is actually my very first
Right
day.
on. Welcome.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad to be here. And what's your name?
Graham.
Graham. Thank you.
Your
Graham.
name?
Sean.
Sean.
Scott.
Sean and Scott. Their first time out here. This is my 5th or 6th time, I think, since
Nice.
SAG
Oh,
started.
yeah. Nice.
I got friends in both unions, so
Same.
right on. Yeah, it
Graham.
affects all of us. It
That's
affects
awesome.
all of us. So thank you guys.
Thank you, dude.
See? Everybody's out here, man. And you don't, again, as I tell you guys watching, you don't have to be in either of these unions. You don't have to. Yeah. So this is might take for almost a half hour. Oh, the sign's about my friend. Oh, my hand is getting numb. Switch hands. So you're seeing why it's funny. Like everybody is just like getting it. Like we're not. No one's being greedy. No one's wanting. It's not like, oh man, I've made $100,000 off that show. I want to get $1 million. It's like, no, I made $1,500 on that show. And I'd like to give a. So just imagine, like I talk about that 5 cent residual check that I got. I posted it, getting it, cashing it. Imagine if that was just a $500 residual check. That would be a fair residual check. $500, because someone else is making money on that Comedy Central show. And $500, you know, that helps pay bills. That's oh wow, that's my cell phone. That's groceries. That's utilities. That's Wi-Fi. That's any number of things. The thing too about walking a picket line is there's just solidarity. You know, you might feel like isolated, alone, or things aren't going well, or whatever. You come out here and everybody's marching. Everybody's trying to stay together. Oh, shade feels good. It's a little breeze. Smell a lot of sunblock. The thing I'll tell you guys to do: if you see the show Cram on the Game Show Network, don't watch it. Email the Game Show Network and say, pay me my fair share. Pay me my residuals. Say email and say, Graham, pay Graham what he's worth. You're making money. Why can't the host?
I was waiting for them to pass by anyway. Just being kind.
Yeah, I always say you guys vote with your dollars. So part of walking a picket line and part of the reason I'm live streaming is that I just want a record that I'm out here. You know, I don't expect special treatment or whatever, but I'm walking the picket line with my fellow union sisters and brothers in my union and the Writers Guild. I'm out here. You know, and if you're in one of these unions and you're not out here, that's a shame. And if you're in one of these unions and you're making money on new media, you're not supporting everybody else. Yeah. Actions speak louder than words. I'm out here. Anybody else out here? Oh. I think I'm starting to feel the heat. How you doing, my friend?
Good, how you doing?
I got my YouTube going. Can I interview you?
Yeah, sure.
What brings you out here today?
Oh man, I'm here to support the actors and the writers.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for their pay, healthcare benefits, setting a precedent for what's happening with AI, because this is going to affect this industry and so many more
Right.
down the line. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, so are you in either of these unions? You're just showing solidarity.
I'm showing solidarity.
Well, we appreciate that.
I'm working on getting in the WGA.
Right on.
SAG. Yeah, I've been working around in the industry for a while, so yeah, this is this is about everybody also.
Yeah, it's about everybody.
Solidarity is the word that you hear all the time, and it is the one that just sums up what this is all about. Because without it, that's how things crumble.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
Like SAG and the WGA kind of coming together hasn't happened in decades, and the last time it did, great things happened. Great things are gonna happen.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, that's what's cool, and that's what I've been telling my audience is like, you don't have to be in these unions to come out and march with us, and especially, but you're trying to get in the unions, you're working in show business, and you see that if you don't help to support this struggle, it's going to be. I'm here to tell you, I've been in this business 25, 30 years, and I have a show on the air. It's in reruns. I'm not getting any residual checks.
Right.
I'm getting these ridiculous 4-cent, 5-cent residual checks. And it's like, that's the thing. So someone such as yourself was younger, newer into the business. If we don't fight this fight now,
oh yeah,
you'll be
oh yeah,
you'll be getting 4-cent residual checks 20 years from now.
Yeah, I've been talking to some actors today who have been in the industry for a while, and they were just they've been tracking how their checks have been just diminishing year after year, and they can just see it going down, and just there are all these different reasons why. It's these little things that happen that on paper it's that's a good explanation, but really it's just an excuse to find a way to do something like this.
These companies are making record profits. They can't sit there if they're like, hey, industry wide, nobody's watching anymore. Okay, that'd be one thing, but that's not what's going on. They're making record profits.
Right. And I mean it's a new situation with the current technology that's happening, but the ideology is still the same as it ever has been. It's just it's different every decade or generation or whatever it is. But it's very familiar in that sense.
It's very familiar, and it's the same. You listen to I was picketing Fox last week, and I walked past the hotel union striking.
Right. Oh,
and they have similar beef, man. It's they're getting exploited. This big rich hotel, they're not getting paid. I mean, all the people that have been unionizing the Starbucks around the country, that's been big because it's the same thing. They're getting minimum wage to make a $7 cup of coffee that the CEOs and all them are profiting from, but they're not. They can't pay their bills.
Right.
It's the same struggle, dude.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Yeah. It has different faces, but it's all the same.
Mm-hmm. What's your name?
Xavier.
Xavier.
Yes.
Well, thank you for taking time to talk with us today, man. And thank you for marching with us. I'm in SAG, and so I appreciate anybody who is marching, who isn't in the union and marching. I appreciate anyone who's down here supporting us, man. I really do. It means a lot. As a guy's been doing this a long time, so.
Yeah, I come from a family of artists, and they're experiencing it. I've been, in the whole thing, seeing it for my whole life, so I'm into the trenches completely.
Right on.
And I always will be. So.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Xavier. Thanks for taking time with us.
Yeah, man.
See, man, everybody's getting it. We've talked to people, all age groups, especially I said this before. I've got 6 nieces and nephews, that are all like ages like 14 to 23, 24. So like this is going to affect them 20, 30 years down the line. You know, I got into entertainment industry when I was like right out of college, 21, you know, and here we are 30 years later still fighting this, you know, and I should be able to make a living doing this based on content that people are still profiting from. Like it's preposterous that people are profiting off of content that I'm in and I'm not getting just a piece of it. I'm not asking for anything unfair.
But also, the point of the deadline piece was
Okay, right on. Thank you.
and also the secondary message was even
So,
if that does strike the WGA,
see if you guys have any
we're gonna need hope from SAG
content.
curtail any enthusiasm. Oh, like even if they do. Yeah, when SAG joined you, you know, it doesn't help you any. There's a lot of the internet.
All right, we might go take a quick water break, folks.
No, that's my secret. I'm always. Yeah, that's my secret. I'm already big. That's my secret. I'm always.
What's up? Hit the like button, everybody.
Because it motivates. It fired it. The next day here after that was insane. Like the first week after that.
So just and then tomorrow everybody will be live at 5 o'clock for Government Secrets. Tomorrow's Wednesday. And then probably walk the picket line again on Thursday. I've been trying to do the picket line at 11 a.m. Pacific. Today I had some other stuff popped up, so I couldn't get out here till noon. But usually we do the picket line around 11 Pacific time, and we usually do it twice a week. So this week it'll be today, obviously Tuesday, and again Thursday. Seeing some new faces join the picket line. That's nice. Oh, there's Sony. There's the gate we're picketing. Oh, next time. How you doing today, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm in SAG and I'm live streaming to my YouTube audience and I'm talking to people on the picket line why we out here, why this is important.
Your YouTube audience.
Yes. Because a lot of them don't understand. They think all of us work in show business, we're all rich.
Right.
So you're in the WGA?
I am. Yes, I am. Been a member for 28 years.
28 years. And how has this like broken contract personally affected you?
Well, you mean, are you talking about how this strike personally affected me?
Well, not necessarily the strike, but like why we're striking and how it's like.
Well, why we're striking? Okay, first of all, residuals for streaming. They stream these shows all over the world, meaning they're selling these shows all over the world. I used to get, so as a writer, I've written 2 books. So when you write a book, you own the copyright of that book for the rest of your life. Anywhere that book's sold, anywhere in the world, you get 10% of the profits. Writing for television and film, we give up our copyright with the understanding that we will share in the profits in the form of residuals. That's the gentleman's agreement or the agreement with the studios. That's been that way for decades. But in the era of streaming, they have cranked down those streaming residuals. So it's now like a trickle. I wrote for a show called Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Oh, I love that show.
25 years ago. This last year, I made more residuals from that show than I did from Apple TV's For All Mankind. That's a brand new show. That is
What?
hugely popular. Yes. So that's why we're striking. Right there.
Wow.
And then there's the issues of them trying to deal with the least amount of writers as possible, not keeping writers on a show for any length of time, not allowing them to get set, all in the name of saving money. But what that does is it prevents young writers from learning their craft.
Right.
And we have the leading television and film industry in the world. It's one of the most successful industries America's created. And we are hollowing it out for short-term profits, just like Wall Street does with industry after industry after industry. And we will not be the leading television and film industry in the world for long if that practice continues. So striking is a large part is for younger people. And then there's there's threats of AI, just seeking guarantees that they won't try to reduce staff size, particularly younger support staff, to have AI do it.
Right.
Which they claim, oh no, we'll never do that. Well, then why don't you just give us a guarantee if you're not planning to do that?
Right.
Of course they're planning to do it. So those are the things we're striking with.
Yeah, and I want the audience to understand what he's talking about is like when you start on TV, you start as a young writer's assistant, right? And you assist a full staff writer, and that's how you learn to craft, to create, pretty much.
And you're getting paid just barely over minimum wage.
Yeah.
So, those people often have to have second jobs in between seasons. They go through a lot of financial sacrifice with the dream of becoming a writer, story editor, writer, producer. But the problem is with these short orders for shows, which is also a feature of the streaming business. When I started Star Trek Deep Space Nine, we did 26 episodes a year. You had 1 month off between seasons. So you're working full time. Then if a show ended, you got good residuals that sustained you till you got another job.
Right.
Because no job lasts,
Sure.
The vast majority of them are a couple of years, 5 years. The most I've ever worked on a show continuously is 4.
Yep.
So in between those jobs, you depend on residual income to just maintain a decent lifestyle. Well, that residual income is going away. So how are writers supposed to support themselves in an era when they're only ordering 10, even as little as 6 episodes a season of a show?
Oh yeah, and it's also, I mean, for actors, it's even worse because when you're on a show, you usually can't. There's a non-compete clause, like you can't be on anything else, and then you're waiting to find out if we're going to get a second or a third season, and you can't audition for anything else, and you're sitting there, and so if you're getting these, I get them 5-cent residual checks.
Yeah.
You can't do anything, and then I see shows that I was on that they're still in reruns. People are making money, and I'm not.
Yeah.
That's what's so frustrating.
Yeah. So yes, and then what they do, like they take a show that's 10 episodes and they stretch the production schedule over 9 months. So somebody like me, I could go to another show theoretically, but I don't have enough of a window of free time to be able to do that. It's not even a contractual restriction.
Right.
It's just a logistical restriction based on how they stretch the production schedule out. So it really hurts the income of writers on all levels.
Yes.
And you can see where they want to go with this. It's reducing us to fee-for-hire, 1099 employees.
Right.
No staffs.
Yeah.
Just one showrunner and some freelancers.
Yeah.
And that was the way TV was in the 1950s. That's what they want to go back to.
The 50s. Well, thank you for explaining that to us.
Sure, my pleasure.
We very much appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. You got it, man. See, guys, I wanted you to see there's so many subtleties to this. People just think, oh, these writers and actors are just want more money. And see, he got to explain to you what it's like to be a TV writer and the specifics of it and what is going on here. So when you hear people like Bob Iger, the head of Disney, say, oh, these writers and actors are being unrealistic. No. And if we're going to put all this time and labor into something that is making a profit, then we should pay that. We should get that. So I really want you guys to hear all the different types. We've heard people that are like, we just talked to a young kid. You know that about the writer's assistant, did you? So it's really, there's a lot of stuff that's why I do this show, is I want you guys to be aware of what is really going on in the world and in the business and in my business, and what these big tech companies, we talk about big corporate media, that's where we're at. This is Sony. This is big corporate media. All right. So what do I tell you? Follow the money, connect the dots, right? Get the truth. So I want you to see, I'm connecting the dots for you guys. Why big tech, how it affects working class writers, working class actors. So let me see if there's any other great explanation. Yeah. Guy wrote for Deep Space Nine, and he's still getting good residual checks, but the new shows are not paying him well. See how that? It's all the stuff you didn't know, stuff I didn't know necessarily. I got friends that are in the WGA, but I didn't know some of these specifics, man. So this guy's out here. He's sweating his ass off. He looks like he's in his 60s. And he's sweating his ass off because this is important. Because he came out here and he was allowed to make a living. Why can't I make a living? It's not like this notion that like, oh, if an artist makes a living, they're lucky or you're pampered or okay, societies that don't have art, societies that don't encourage art, the societies that discourage art, those are fascist societies. Throughout history, fascism has always gone after the artist. They've always gone after the artist first. So if you don't understand that, or you think, oh, artists are a bunch of overpaid crybabies or whatever, you don't understand this. And that's why I'm out here on the picket line talking to people, and explaining this to you. And then when I see people, so-called indie left media people who are like bad-mouthing people in Hollywood, it's like, what? Somebody whose dad worked for the Clintons or whatever it's unbelievable, man. So shade. How depressing it must be for someone who has worked 25 years. Yeah. Thanks for the live stream, guys. That's why we're here. Educate and entertain. There's always this notion, and it's usually by like if you make your living as an actor, writer, an artist, oh, you're lucky and you should just be quiet. But this is big business. Content is king. We live in an era where content is king, right? And so if you're making content, you should be, and these companies are making billions of dollars. You should get paid for it. I'm really tired of guys with 7, 8, 9-figure incomes telling me I'm being unreasonable. Somebody went to private schools or whatever. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna walk it a few more times, and then I'm gonna get some water. How crazy is someone made more from residuals? And residuals usually they scale down, but that's back when traditional TV paid more, and now the streaming services. Oh, let's take it. All right, so that's our stream for today, guys. I'm gonna just take a quick break and walk the picket line a little more. You think Hollywood should expand outside of California, preventing them from having a monopoly? Well, they are. I mean, that's part of the thing. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think I'd be great if we got outside of the Hollywood system, but it's not even necessarily California. It's about these big tech companies. It's about, could we make a streaming service that actually paid writers a fair wage and actors a fair wage? That would be something I would love to see. Is starting like some sort of, artist collective streaming service. That I would be down with. So if anybody wins the Mega Lotto tonight, hit me up and we'll start a socialist streaming service. But that's it for today, guys. I'm going to be live tomorrow, 5 o'clock, doing government secrets, and I'll be back on the picket line Thursday, probably 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to take a quick break and keep walking the picket line, but that's it for the live stream. Thanks, everybody, for supporting what we do. You can super chat. You can tip the show, you can leave a super thanks, even on videos that aren't live. Would I support a general boycott against streaming services? Absolutely. I absolutely would. I absolutely would. That's a great question. I absolutely would. I don't pay any streaming services right now. I have my buddy's login info for Paramount. I won't pay for it. And if that goes away, a couple of them went away. Like I had a friend's login for Netflix, and when that went away, I ain't paying for it. I ain't paying for Disney. I ain't paying. I had one for HBO Max. I got all these. A friend of mine gave me all their login, and then those all went away. So I didn't re-up them. I'm not paying them. I'm not giving them my money. Vote with your dollars, guys. If you have a streaming service and you want to cancel it, then let those streaming services know, because they always ask you, why are you canceling? Tell them, I stand in solidarity with the writers and actors strikes, and I won't re-up until you guys get a fair contract. Everybody put that out there. So thank you for supporting what we're doing, and like, share, subscribe, and shave your knuckles for justice. We'll see you all out there. Boom.